session we are going to discuss about Stephen Boltzmann setup. The experimental setup, the block diagram is as shown on this blackboard. So it basically consists of, we have a specimen disc which is made up of red copper, which is a removable disc which is fitted at the bottom of this experimental setup here, and then which is surrounded by hollow hemisphere. And at the top we have a water tank, and then which is fitted with the electric heater by which we can heat this water which is inside the tank. And then we have a wall in order to control the flow of water into this chamber here. So we have basically various thermocouples which are used in this experiment in order to measure the various temperatures. The T1 and T2 and T3, which are basically fitted on this hollow hemisphere, which measures the temperature of this hemisphere. And then we have a T4, a thermocouple which is fitted on this specimen disc, which measures the temperature at T4. And then the water temperature can be measured using this thermocouple, which is represented by T5. So this is a Stephen Boltzmann apparatus. Basically, as I explained before, we have a specimen disc which is made up of a red copper, and then which is basically a removable disc. We can insert into this here into the experimental setup, something like this. And then around this specimen we have a hollow hemisphere. Above that we have a water, and then that water is supplied using this tank. This tank is fitted with basically this is the water we have inside the tank, and then to heat this water we have a electrical heater which is used to heat the water. And then the water from this tank is taken out through this pipe here, and then it will go into the experimental setup above that hemisphere, hollow hemisphere we have. And then the water after passing through above the hemisphere can be taken out through this red pipe, and then which is also fitted with this knob at the wall. And then we are basically measuring 4 temperatures here. Five temperatures. T1, T2, T3 are the 3 thermocouples which are provided on the hollow hemisphere, which measures the temperatures T1, T2 and T3. And T4 is the test specimen temperature, and then T5 is the temperature of the tank what we have. This is a thermocouple which is used to measure the water temperature. More importantly, so after noting down these temperatures of this hollow hemisphere, that is T1, T2 and then T3. So this is T4, as I said, it is a specimen temperature. And then since the water is constantly flowing over this disc, and then this you have to note down the time taken for each degree rise in the temperature of the test specimen. That is very important. That has to be tabulated in the tabular column. This is a tabular column for this particular experiment. Okay, we have for the trial one, this temperature, okay, which is 40 degrees centigrade, okay, and then time taken at every degree rise in seconds, okay. Since we are starting the experiment at that particular point, the time taken will be the 0, and then in the similar way, all the other values will be also equal to the 0. For the second trial, so we have a constant rise in temperature, like for 1 degree rise in temperature, the time taken is 23 seconds, okay. So, and then we have this time taken for every degree rise as 23 seconds, and then for this dt by dt, okay, this value, that is change in temperature to this time, okay. So the change in temperature we have fixed that is rise in temperature is 1 degree centigrade, and then divided by dt, that is 23, we will get this value as 0.04 and 04 and 34. So coming back to the calculations, we have the area of the specimen. Since we know this diameter of the specimen, area can be calculated using pi d square by 4, that comes up to this value here. And then variation of temperature with respect to the time, that is dt by dt, okay, that I have explained in the tabular column. We will get it as 0.04 and 34, 0.0434, and you have to substitute that value, which will be in degrees centigrade per second. So, and then heat transfer rate, okay, which is given by Q is equal to mCp into dt by dt. And then here the m is the mass of the test specimen, that is given by 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3. And then Cp is the specific heat of a test specimen, that is a constant, that is we have substituted there. And dt by dt, this value we have taken it from the previous calculation, that is 0.04 and 34. And after substituting, we will get the heat transfer rate as 0.08 and then 24 watts. So we know this Stefan-Boltzmann constant, the formula sigma is equal to Q divided by A into Tm to the power of 4 minus of T4 to the power of 4. Here Tm is the mean temperature. How do you get that mean temperature is by taking a mean of all the temperatures on the hollow hemisphere, that is T1, T2 and T3 divided by 3. And we have this T4 as we know the specimen temperature. Okay, so after substituting all these values we will get this value of the Stefan-Boltzmann constant as 6.95 into 10 to the power of minus 8 watt per meter square Kelvin to the power of 4. 6.95 into 10 to the power of minus 8 watt per meter square Kelvin to the power of 4, that we have tabulated in the tabular column here. So we have to repeat this calculations for the all the readings we have. Okay. For example, we have a trial number 3. We have like for the temperature has rise by 1 more degree centigrade. That is now the temperature is 42 degrees centigrade. And then we didn't stop the stopwatch. It is continuously running. So now the time taken for this rise of temperature is 46 seconds. So in order to get that small dt, that is change in time, you have to subtract this 46 with the 23 and then you will get this as 23 seconds. So after this, following the same steps of calculation, you will get this, the value of 7.185 into 10 to the power of minus 8. Okay, that is the Stefan-Boltzmann constant. In order to get the average Stefan-Boltzmann constant, you have to take all these values and then you have to average them in order to get this average value of a Stefan-Boltzmann constant. And then that has to be compared with the theoretical value of Stefan-Boltzmann constant. And theoretical value of Stefan-Boltzmann constant is given as 5.67 into 10 to the power of minus 8 in order to validate the results, the experimental and theoretical values.